Notch her in, baby. Notch her in.
So y'all gonna probably ask, what in the Frankenfish is she doing?
Training.
And
you know what? We reached the point of maximum taking apart and destruction. Yeah, we're actually starting to put together now.
So demolition is done and construction has begun. That even rhymes. Anyway, so I'm gonna show y'all here. This is what Rosie's been working on all morning. She's got the flooring torn out all the way up to here. The exciting news is that the pipe back there, the P pipe, that's like shaped like a P. Basically the drain for the shower does come off.
That's the way we roll. And then we got to cut out one notch here for the earthquake plate.
So apparently somebody already had in the past problems with water leakage, and as you can see,
it's kind of common in houses that are
there's already somebody came out and put a new framework up in here.
And they sistered two 2x6s to the old 4x4 beam here and gave it a lot of new support here, which was good. So, it looks like hell, but it's stronger than when it was built, so that's the good news.
Right, and that actually already saves us a lot of work right there. Be careful, honey.
Gonna be a monkey in around here.
Be careful, honey.
Yep.
So, that is what Rosie is working on today. She got a bunch of 2x6s, and what we do need to do is we need to put support underneath of that wall there, because they had not really any support under there. So she's going to put 7 blocks under there, and then she's going to put a piece here, and there's going to be support brace probably here, and then somewhere in that vicinity there. With the plumbing being right over there, we are actually not able to take this piece off and then extend out with PVC up further out with the drain, and bring out the drain to out here somewhere. So that is a blessing right there, that is all coming undone. So the stool we will not be moving, because as you can see, brass steel pipe, 6 inches thick, and yeah, you don't want to mess with that. So
it's cast iron, and we do not want to go there.
So we're not going to do anything about that, and I believe it'll work out very good. Okay, so stay tuned for then progress. I'll show you some progress as the day goes on. Okie dokie, there's the Rosie girl again. Made significant progress.
My beautiful work.
Let me zoom in on that.
Look at there. On the job site, girl, huh?
Sexy.
Well, we've got a lot of boxes built. And did we tell people on the channel how the floor is going to go here? Some people might assume that we're going to put a sheet of plywood, 1-inch plywood on top of this thing, and although that would make a great sturdy base, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put 2x4s on the inside here, and effectively put sheets of plywood down on there, so the plywood is flat with the surface. So the lower we have this, the better. So that's going to give us our walk-in shower here, and it'll also make sure that it drains below floor level here, which is exactly what we want. So, all right, so the frame out is the important thing, and making it strong. Like, we had to put some side pieces on here to make sure when we get the do the flooring, we could bring the flooring back over and you know, once we get the framing done, and this weekend hopefully the plumbing will be all done, then things are going to go very rapidly from that point forward with, you know, we still have to do the window here, have to put up another 2x4 stud over here. Once we get our window dimensions and all that, we'll be putting that in too, and you know, putting our insulation, our cement backer board on there, our hardy backer board and all that stuff. So
So you also put some additional bracing under here?
yeah, I have some bracing
And over here.
because there's nothing to nail into till you get back to about where your feet are there. So I had to cut some hanger joists here, and then send them down both sides to the next major cross beam that was there, because we want a floor that's very strong like we are.
Right.
So we don't want something that we're going to feel ever spongy or giving, especially over this area, because we're just putting more and more wood in here. So finally we're going to be dropping very small pieces of plywood with construction adhesive, and then real good screws on there, and screwing that down.
So
And
we'll gain some depth. How much depth do we think we're gonna gain in that shower area there?
relative to the floor, when you walk out, it'll probably feel like an inch or so.
Yeah.
But
So
everything is going to drain. You know, it's going to be I'm hoping to get a linear drain which goes across the whole width of the shower, almost the whole width. And what's nice about the linear drain is that you can slope the floor towards a little bit this way and this way, and everything drains
Yeah.
real good. So it's the ultra modern way.
yeah,
to
I've
do
seen
it.
that in the hospital before. That's pretty
Linear
neat.
drains, yeah, they're kind of a high. I don't want to say high class, but they're a high tech and a nice way to put a drain system in. So, but everything depends on having a good floor. And of course, you told people I'm not going to be sweating out that joint on that oakum and lead, trying to sweat that out to disconnect that pipe. That toilet can stay there. That cast iron is good forever. Down here, they join that. They must have put a new pipe to the sewer out there. You can see it's plastic there, and in the middle they have a Fernco coupler there, which makes code. You're allowed to use that to couple. You know, it's not under big pressure or anything. It's under big smell. But,
Yeah, lots of
pressure.
stink, but no pressure.
We have no smell in here anymore in the bathroom since we took
No.
all that. And I'm working by the toilet and all that stuff. But,
Yeah, it was this morning that one layer of wood was still
yeah,
nasty.
we're going to have no more, everything's going to be nice and dry and tight from now on, and we're not going to have any issues with water intrusion. We're going to use state-of-the-art flanges for the toilet and rings and all that stuff, and it's going to be great. We're going to shift the P pipe. We're going to put a elbow here, a 45 degree, so that we can shoot it over here some, and basically establish this as our linear drain. We'll keep the, probably use a modern P-trap. We'll use a coupling from galvanized to plastic. Again, this is not a pressurized fitting, so you don't worry about, you know, pressure of breaking that connection or anything like that with plastic meeting the steel. And then of course this weekend we really hope to address the plumbing in here. And as you know, Jan, we've been spraying all these connections liberally with WD-40 to get all these, to sort of get them penetrated a bit, because if we snap a connection, then you know, we got to go back in the pipe to the next joint if we snap it there. You know, so theoretically, if we don't do things right, we could be using well water for the next week or so until you know, we get the plumbing on, which isn't bad. I mean, we got backup water supply.
Yeah, but if it can be avoided.
Yeah, if it can be avoided, we want to do things safely. Like this is very easy here for the, you see for the toilet here. All we need to do, there's really no sense changing out that. What we can do is put a nice brushed nickel outlet and a new valve on that, and that'll be good. You know, a lot of people don't like galvanized, but drinking copper matter versus drinking iron. You know, I'm a little more on the iron side myself, and there's not a hell of a lot of plumbing to the house, but we'll change out what we can. we would like to put some blocking here and change this out higher and get one of those nice Kohler mixer valves that you can adjust and put that up there. And then of course a taller shower head up there, so that could be used. So you've decided, and we've talked about, this is the angle that you want to shower as opposed to here.
Right.
To shower up there and all that.
And it'll really help having the handle up
Higher, yeah.
higher, because now I don't have to bend down, which is then that triggers spasticity.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking about a door with tempered glass. That means if it ever broke, nobody would ever get cut on it. It actually rolls behind a wall when it's not being used, so you don't see a door at all. And then when you go to take a shower, the door rolls forward, and when you're done, you just walk out and it disappears.
And that's easy to clean too.
Easy to clean, and which means we'll be running the thing all the way across the top, but that's later detail. But the beauty of renovations is first things first. It always is from the ground up. It all starts right down here. All right, guys.
Alright, thanks you all for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come. We shall keep you up to date as things progress here.